What's going on, guys? Oh god, that's so lame. All right, guys. So we are starting off the 27th week of investing on this channel. This is the first episode of the second half of the year, and we are recording from the car. So I'm running an update on my computer. It's been running a little hot. And so I just figured grab the laptop and film the episode in the car because Jaden's running amok in the house, and it's just, it's tough if I'm not in my office. So, um, yeah, we have a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. Like, whoa, um, crazy stuff. So we're going to take a look at some ridiculous investment performance. We're going to take a look at that. We're going to talk about my expectations for some of these things, and one stock in particular is making a big move, so we're going to take a look at that too. But first we'll look at our YouTube channel tracker, and then we'll dive into the meat and potatoes in Seeking Alpha. All right, guys. So here we are on the channel tracker, and we're going to follow this blue line right along. So today is July 3rd of 2023. So it's Monday night. Tomorrow's the 4th. The stock market was open until like 1 o'clock today. Weird day. We are excuse me, we are getting geared up to get back into dieting and stuff like that. I'm back from the lake and all the, it's time to get focused on my health again. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. We'll start to see some weight and some weight loss numbers shortly. Okay. Investment balance. We are at $8,943.72 of equity in this portfolio. Remember, we have a little bit of margin there. That is not my balance, including margin. That is my equity if I sold off my margin positions today. Total dividends earned, we are at $107.33. We got that $4 payout from Pepsi the other day, so that was pretty sweet. Total growth, we are up $1,693.39. Guys, that is unprecedented. That is absolutely insane. Huge performance. I'm really excited. I know that I got into a pretty big trade a little while ago, and we've been talking about it on the channel, so it's good to see it playing out kind of like I said it would. I know I made some pretty big claims that I was looking to. Ooh, my lights turned off. Ooh, maybe I should turn the car on. I know I made some pretty big claims about earning $700 to $2,000 from this trade, and but I'm glad to see that it's going pretty well. YouTube income, we're at $100. Guys, if you want to help the channel and help yourselves, you can sign up for SoFi with the link in the description. I'm not a wealth manager, credit counselor, financial advisor. That's just a regular person's affiliate link, but they're giving free stocks if you sign up with $10 or more in a brand new investing account. All right, that's that. So total subscribers, we're at 1,777. That is a winning number. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you. Total views, we're at 207,402 with total watch hours of 3848.1. So as I said in my last video, I really am going to start trying to focus on creating more diverse content, making some more videos throughout the week, and hopefully we can get our entertainment value higher. I know I'm not the most entertaining guy on the internet, but maybe you find this motivating. It motivates me for sure, and that's kind of the whole point of this thing. But now that that's said, we are going to take a look at Seeking Alpha, okay? Because there is a lot of craziness that's happened in the portfolio, and we definitely need to look at some stuff. So here we go. All right, guys. So here we are in Seeking Alpha, and I have everything sorted by value, and wow. So First things first, up at the top, we are way overextended on Tesla, but that's okay. That's done by design, and it just happened to skyrocket. So we have $2,058.17 of Tesla. That's 113.15 shares. And the price, guys, look at this price. It's at 18.19. So it's at $18.19. The dividend yield's ridiculous. I love it. Year-to-date performance, ridiculous. I love it. Today's gain, 6.06% on the day. It's just incredible. I absolutely love that. Oops, I hate this MacBook, dude. MacBooks are the worst. Sorry if that happens again. It's gonna happen again. But yeah, so Tesla is just doing its thing. All right. So Tesla announced that they beat their sales number by, or their units sold by 8% of what Wall Street thought. So that's really good. Because of that, Tesla's going to the moon. Tesla is going to the moon, and I am ready to rake up the dividends. So remember, this is a massive dividend paying stock. Last month, they paid like 5% that month. I'm hoping for a similar situation here. Now, if we get 5% paid out this month, we're looking at 5.5 shares for free. So that's sweet. We are pretty heavily margined on this position, so I am looking forward to paying down some of that margin. I'm hoping to have no margin debt from our Tesla call option positions, but we'll see if that happens. It might not. Next we have SCHD. Now SCHD has been down a lot and it's making a good run for it right now though. So we have $1,322.33 of SCHD. We have 18.1 shares, and the share price is back up to $73.05. So that's really good. No dividend right now. We just got paid recently, but it's good to see that SCHD is making a move for the right direction. So that's good. Realty Income Corporation not making much of a move. So we're at $1,266.99. That's 21.05 shares, and the price at least is back in the 60s. So we're at $60.20. The dividend yield here, though, is still above 5. So, in my opinion, again, not that I'm a wealth manager, credit counselor, financial advisor, I'm just a guy sitting in a car because I don't have somewhere to record. So it's above 5%. That's a really good value on Realty Income Corporation, especially when they've been growing their dividend for 26 years. But yeah, so that's a pretty good thing. I'm excited to get my dividend payout from them middle of this month, as they pay every month, but that's okay. The next position that we have is Tesla call options for $17. Now, these expire on the 21st. So, those who aren't familiar with call options, this means that for every option that I have the choice. I can buy 100 shares of Tesla for $17 a piece on July 21st. Okay. So right now I have 9 of those options, meaning I can buy 900 shares of Tesla for $17 a piece in like 3 weeks. Okay. Why is that worth anything? Well, right now the price of Tesla is $18.19. So that means I'm sitting on $119 of equity in the Tesla shares times 9. So that's a lot of money I'm sitting on right there. This should jump up, and then I'm going to sell off some options. So I had a few before. We've sold off some call options. We've made some good money on them. We're paying down our margin while growing our equity in the portfolio, as you guys can see in our total portfolio value. Okay, so that's good and easy to go over. So now we have the stocks that we're putting $5 a day into. So SCHD and Realty Income, we're putting $5 a day into. I guess JEPQ, we also aren't putting $5 a day into, but this is what we're buying. JEPQ, we're buying with option premium. So this is JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF. In my opinion, it's the tech stock version of JEPI. Everyone knows JEPI. They pay you monthly using covered calls to generate income. This does the same thing. They're just using Microsoft and Apple and Google and Amazon and all these stocks that we hear basically running the AI future. It's those and then some other ones. But we have $837.76 there. That's 17.45 shares, and it is $48.02 a share. So a great position. I'm looking forward again to getting another dividend from JEPQ. They do pay monthly. We have a year-to-date performance of 18.55%, which is stellar. And their dividends just massive. It's really good. It's great. We love JEPQ. I need to buy more of that, by the way. Now, once these options contracts plays are done, I'm going to buy some more JEPQ with some of the proceeds. All right. So Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble is leading the way of the $5 a day stocks. Okay. So every Monday through Friday, we put in $5 into these following stocks. Procter & Gamble's leading the way. It's got $684.01. That's 4.49 shares. And the price is up to $152.50. Guys, this like a month ago was $142.50. So this is a really good growth, like quite quickly. Dividend yield is now down below 2.5%. This is more like that natural range for Procter & Gamble. It usually hovers around like the 240-ish or 2.4% for dividend yield. And it's grown for the past 66 years, as you can see here. So yeah, Procter and Gamble coming back is great. I love that. I love to see a stock doing well that's more defensive. Procter and Gamble is pretty defensive, so to see it doing well is like good. Normally it hurts when everything else is doing well. Pepsi. So Pepsi's coming back up a little bit too. So we have $679.04 of Pepsi. That's 3.66 shares, and the share price is now up to 185.6. For dividend yield hovering at 2.73, and year-to-date performance, Pepsi is up a little bit. Now, JEPI. JEPI is JEPQ's bigger older brother, right? So this is JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. We have $674.22 in this. That's 12.26 shares, and it is an even $55 per share. So this is really kind of just like sitting at this price of $55, which I'm fine with. They pay out monthly and they pay out well. So I'm okay with JEPI kind of just sitting there doing its thing, at least for now. So I think that there will be eventually some growth in JEPI. I just don't think it's right now. I think people are using it as a defensive play, and I think people are taking the income and allocating it otherwise, or they're using it as proper money to go and live their lives, which is cool. MPW. Guys, we have $671.03 of MPW. We have 70.34 shares, and the price is $9.54. We are in a equity position on MPW. Guys, this is so exciting to me. We are actually in the green on MPW. That is mind-blowing to me. Dollar cost averaging into Medical Properties Trust is now more profitable year to date than BlackRock. How's that for a sentence? That doesn't make any sense. I love it. I'm all about it. I'm really pumped about that. That happened today, so that's like fresh in the account. But yes, dollar cost averaging into MPW year to date has been more effective than doing the same thing into BlackRock, one of the biggest fund managers on the face of the earth. The lights just shut off in the car. That's how crazy that is. It didn't even know how to handle it. It's just unbelievable. I love it. Forward dividend yield is still 12.53% because the price is just so ridiculous. We're still down 16.88% year to date. Oof. But with a huge gain of 3.02%. MPW is now not the worst performer in the portfolio aside from AT&T. So that is huge, which leads us to BlackRock. Okay, so BlackRock's still not doing badly. It's just MPW had a huge gain today, which is awesome. So BlackRock, we're at $667.45, right? That's 0.96 shares, guys. We are almost to a full share of BlackRock. I was hoping that would happen by September, and this might happen by the end of July. So that is great. Or it will happen like mid-July, I guess. So the price, it is at $693.58 per share. So interesting though, BlackRock actually ticked over $700 like a few times today. So it's kind of been bouncing in that $700 range. I think that we might have a breakout here sooner rather than later. We'll see what happens with that. But the dividend yield is now under 3%, again. So it's at 2.89, which is still good, but 3 I always feel like is a good value to buy BlackRock at. And then AT&T. So this is the last stock we put $5 a day into. We're at 593 and 91 cents. That's 36.84 shares. But even AT&T doing pretty well this week so far. We're at $16.12. So, good to see it close out over $16. That's pretty solid. I'm a fan of that. And the forward dividend yield under 7%, I think over 6% still good, but yeah, it's under 7% again, which is kind of like it shouldn't really be over 7%. I won't do a whole analysis on that right now, but yeah, I mean a decent day for AT&T. Now lastly, Aptly and JetQ trade option or call options, but so Aptly is YieldMax's fund for Apple, just like Tesla. Okay, we have some of this on margin as well. It's worth $455.46. We have 20.04 shares, and the price is 22.73. I think this is going to pay a massive dividend. I think it's going to pay a huge dividend this month, and I think a lot of people are going to go, "What is Aptly?" The market cap on Apple is still really low, and I'll click into that really quick after we just go over this, but yeah, give me a second, we'll jump into Apple. Lowest holding in the portfolio is we have 4 JetQ call options at $48, which expire July 21st. All right, so those are worth $35 a piece. We're sitting on $140 there, but let's pop into Apple. Because look at this, like the way that this trades, it just wants to spike to the moon. So here's the thing, right? At any point, it could be worth $23.50. That's kind of how it works. Like somebody buys it and it spikes the whole thing. And why does that happen? The market cap is $10.8 million. Like $10.8 million market cap is unbelievably low when it's the same fund people as Tesla. And Tesla's at like $180 million market cap or something like that. So like 15 to 20 times bigger. I just don't get it. Like, I really don't. I don't understand why people aren't diving into Apple. And maybe it's because there's no posted dividend rate or forward dividend yield or like there's no real info on it yet because the fund is so new. Um, it came out like a month ago, 2 months ago. So, there's really no data other than past experience of other funds, right? And that's like the worst way to invest, don't get me wrong. So like maybe I'm an idiot for just pumping money into this thing, but like yeah, they're showing 163 million. So 163 million dollars under management from Tesla. We see how that works. We know how that works. We've seen where's the dividends here? We've seen the 80-cent dividends on a $16 stock. Okay. We've seen that. And it's not like that was a one-time occurrence. If you look at the dividend history here, like the stock has basically fluctuated between $12 and $20, right? Basically. And these are the payouts. So like the payouts are ridiculous, and these are monthly payouts. If you're getting 80 cents on a $16 stock, that's fantastic. If you're getting 44 cents on a $12 stock, that's fantastic. If you're getting a dollar on a $20 stock, that's fantastic. Like everything about it I like. As far as like a ridiculous thing to invest in, don't get me wrong, this is not where you put your bread and butter. The fact that I'm so like diluted in Tesla is like actually concerning to me. But when you look at it, that's my expectation of Apple. Now, their first month dividend, yeah, see, they don't even show up as any dividend history because they had one payment. So when you see here, they had one dividend payout. It was last month. It was the first month the fund was really out. And it paid 29 cents, which is not great. I mean, it's great. It's 1% a month. The stock price was like $20. So if it's paying a 28-cent share, that's like 1.3% or whatever it is, which is fantastic. If you get 1.3% every month, it's just it didn't keep up with Apple, because Apple went berserko, as we all know. Now it's a $3 trillion company and everyone's talking about that. So are the covered call funds on Apple better than just buying Apple? And we don't really know that yet, because they're too, or at least this one is too new. You can't trade options on it even. There's no options chain, or at least there wasn't the other day. Yeah, no options chains on it. So very mysterious fund. I am looking forward to the options chains opening on this so that maybe I can jump in early, make some money, and continue to pay down my margin debt. But yeah, I mean, we'll see with that. Either way, pretty excited to be where we're at. Um, Hold on really quick. We're just gonna pop down here. That's our where's our there we go. So our margin debt is now $2,054.84. So we sold off two call options on of Tesla. One for we made $140, the other one we made 125, something like that. So we made some good money. Remember, our average cost on those was $10 per contract. So we paid $10 per contract. We just sold two for an average of about 130. So pretty good gains there. That's about as good as it gets. And we did it on margin. So our total cost right now is really, really low. All right. So how cheap was it? Well, we've paid $6.70. Guys, just for reference, like we made almost $1,000 today, let alone over the course of this trade. So the total unpaid interest of our margin investing is so far $6.70. Now, for those who are big on margin and they really care about all that stuff, you have my total equity in the portfolio is $8,943.72. That's what I would have if I sold off all of my positions that were held in margin right now. That's where you'll see this total market value of $10,998.56, because here's my amount of margin used. Now, my margin requirements are that I have to have at least 58, 53, 63 in the account. Good thing is I can't get to that point. Well, I guess I could if everything tanked, but it would be very difficult for everything to tank out that bad. Um, in order for me to get margin called. If it was tanking that bad, I'd sell the Tesla, I guess. But yeah, so it would be really very difficult. The value of the portfolio would have to lose, $3,000 overnight for me to be at risk here. So I feel pretty good about the positions that we have. And again, really, really cheap. Like getting into this money here. Again, we paid $6.70 for the margin. So that's pretty sweet. But getting into our game plan. Okay. So this is the options chain for Tesla, right? So you can see that in after hours, Tesla actually is up a little bit to $18.21. And this is where it left off. So we have one person selling a contract for $1.20. That's $1.20 per share. So that's $120. And then someone trying to buy it for 105. This doesn't really make sense to me. Usually there's usually there's like profit in buying or selling an option. You don't typically like try to sell an option for less than the current value of the stock. It doesn't really make much sense. So I think that this is going to go up. Now, here again, I guess I was wrong. I sold a contract for 120 and I sold one for 125. All right. So I did do that just to kind of like lock in some profits, make sure that we're good. But this is my game plan for what is it? Wednesday, right? Because tomorrow the market's closed. So I have basically tiered sell-offs all the way up. I'm looking to sell at 145, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 160, and 190. So I have those all set up that they should automate it sell, right? Um, Obviously I think oh, and I have one runner, meaning I just have one random one call option that I'm probably gonna see through till the end. Um, Now I'm debating possibly exercising one of those contracts. So like instead of keeping a runner, meaning like instead of leaving one open just to see how much money I can make, I might actually buy the 100 shares. Okay. So I'm going to gauge that based off of what's going on Wednesday, because Wednesday is the day before they announce what the dividend's going to be. So if the price of Tesla is like through the moon, I'm going to buy it. I'm definitely going to buy it, right? So the ex dividend date is on the 7th. So they're going to announce what the dividend's going to be on the 6th. Then they're going to take the snapshot on the 7th. If I have an extra 100 shares on the 7th because I exercise the option and then I just sell it on like the 9th, I could lock in the profit from the options trade, lock in the extra dividend, and potentially just like bag a free 5 shares, which would be awesome. So I'm thinking about possibly doing that. I'm still on the fence because what I don't want to do is throw in another $1,700 of margin for like a week. I just don't want to do that. It's so like it's a bad choice, but it's a good bad choice. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure, but ultimately that's pretty much what's going on with the portfolio. And I think the rest of this I can probably film inside. All right. So yeah, I mean that's basically what's going on. I'm glad I have a like half exit strategy. So that's pretty good, and I think there's still room to grow on this Tesla position. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, as always, I wish you guys happiness, health, and wealth. And with that, I'm on my MacBook, so I can't roll the outro.